is a continuation of all of our previous shows with our beautiful sister queen Tink, looking all beautiful today, ready to tell us about getting our groove on. You know, Stella got her groove back. Not always. Yeah, you
was. I was watching that like 2 days ago. Watch out, Stella. You know that he was fine. You too young.
Right? Well, we are all going to be Stella today. And Tink is going to tell us why it is not a selfish thing when sisters, mother, goddesses want to take a vacation by themselves. It's not selfish. Tink, let's share. You can continue conversation. So now from last week, you can share. Why do you feel it's not selfish for us to like get our groove back? Remember who we are, the individual, unique selves we are.
Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. I'm so grateful to be here once again. I look forward to more of these amazing wanderlust conversations. That's what I think I've decided to call it. So it's really amazing that we can get together and to be able to speak into these various conversations. But one thing I'd like to add to what you, to your introduction, Angela, is that, you know, magic is always there. It's there. Miracles are always there to receive. It's about you being able to present yourself for you to receive it, right? So, like you said, this morning has been magical. It's been amazing, right? You know, when you're putting strides towards something, a project or goals or whatever, and you release on the outcomes, like Master Akashna says, you know, you phone Amazon, you buy the package, and then you forget about it, or you let it go because you know it's still going to be received. And that's exactly what was transpired this morning, right? So it was put out there to the universe, and the universe heard, and then the universe gave it in abundance. Is very giving. It's very giving in abundance. So we need to understand that we are creators of our destiny. We are creators of who we are, and whatever we want in our life is how we are, how we show up. You know, what is it that we show up? So what you want and what you want to create and how you want to create it is all about you. It's all about how you are. So if you start understanding that simple concept, it's a very simple concept, but it takes some time to get the grasp the entirety of that concept, because we get so lost in life. We get lost in life in this world that we are, you know, here to actually enjoy. We're here to actually enjoy. A lot of people forget that. So I'm just giving you a bit of a reminder. Thank you so much. And yes, we are diving deep into a conversation about self-love and bringing that self-love in an environment of where you can, you know, travel somewhere or take yourself away for a breakaway, or allow yourself to be in a place where you feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, and revived, because that's what you want to do when you have when you feel like you need to have a timeout. And guys, don't get me wrong, you know what, you can, a lot of people also may not find themselves in a position where they can travel, and so having some time out for yourself, because this is something that we are speaking of in its entirety. Having some time out for yourself is not selfish. It's not selfish where even if you're saying to your family members, hey guys, I just need, like, give me this weekend, you know, just let me allow myself to have this time for myself. And, you know, those mompreneurs out there or moms out there that sometimes completely overwhelmed by what's going on outside of them. Sometimes they need that time to take a step back and say, hey, you know, I just need to take this time to just be me, just to take some time to breathe. Take some time to journal things that are in your mind, your dreams, your wishes, your goals, and allow yourself to be able to feel that emotion. Because once you allow yourself to do that, that stillness, that calm will give you the energy again, and it will revive you again to start, you know, moving forward again, to start being present again for the people that you love, to start allowing yourself to do and create and keep the momentum that you want in order to continue in achieving what is it that you want to start creating forward. So that's the basis of also taking some time out. If you have the avenues and resources to go out and have a travel experience, go out and enjoy something that you never thought you'd be able to accomplish before, but then you now position yourself in such a way that you can do that. You can be able to go out and travel, still see the resources coming in, still creating that abundance for you and your family, and knowing that this time for yourself is so, so important. It's so important because you not only are you doing the triple R that I spoke about, but it's also about experiencing something different, right? It's also about learning something new. Travel for me it's in a way, it's a very spiritual experience, because when you're traveling, you have to really release. You have to let go of all those limitations that hold you back at home. You have to let go. You have to be completely out of your comfort zone. And sometimes when we are at home, we are comfortable, we become very rigid and we do not become flexible in our life. So travel for me has been that kind of an outlet where it has opened up my dimensions of thinking. It has opened up my understanding of the world, and there is no racism because you are all inclusive. You include everybody, everything, every culture, every kind of experience, food, you know, whatever, clothing, because that's what you want to enjoy. You go out there, you're like, oh my God, I've never seen this outfit. I'm going to take it now. Like, you that is the kind of experience you need to have every single day of your life. That's the kind of feeling that you need to have every single day of your life. You got to go and grab it. Oh my God, I've got so much to share, guys. Well, just to bring you guys to this one point of shopping, I just, sorry.
No, it's okay. I was like, what? And we're like, shopping?
Yes. Well, we are here as feminine flames. And you know, ladies, we love to shop, right? We love shopping. Shopping is like one of the top ends of the things that ladies love to do. And when we're shopping, we don't just shop, girls. We like, hell no, I need that to match with that and that shoe. And please, can you give me those earrings as well? Because then I have the package. I want the package deal, right?
I just heard wallets all around the world get hidden. I just heard them all. You just put a shockwave out there, like every man is like, oh no.
So, you know, that's the flame in us. That's the thing that keeps us excited. You know, we love it. We love it. I mean, I'm looking at Deanna and she's laughing. She's like, yes, exactly. That's the thing. That's the deal. You got it.
I'm like in the background. Check. Okay, check. Yes. I want to go there because check. Yes, that's exactly what's happening in my mind. I'm like, I want to ring the bell. So many nuggets. Yes. So many nuggets.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Ring that bell because that's what we're here for. We need to bring that energy in ourselves, guys. It's the same thing. Like when you're going on a travel experience, you want to go shopping. You want to buy something that's incredible. If you're going to Morocco, for instance, you want to buy those chandeliers that have different colors, and when you put a light in it, it's like going to create such an ambience in your home that you're going to feel like you're in Morocco every single bloody day of your life. I mean, really, guys?
Okay, you're speaking my language right now. You said Morocco, and I was there. So I was like, oh, why are you doing this to me? Hello, I got on green. I mean, matching. I love orange and yellows and pinks and purples.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
yes.
I'm gonna hit you so I won't squeal while you're talking.
No, Tink had a good squeal. That was awesome.
That's what we want.
You
We want those kind of squeals, because those are the squeals that raise our vibration. It keeps us going. I mean, I asked Jessie, I'm not a morning person. Honestly, I am not a morning person. For me,
cannot tell. Hello.
You cannot tell. It's because we have raised each other's vibration. It's because we have been in this environment. We're like, hey, let's do this. We got this, you know. Exactly. Are we hot? Are we hot? Are we feeling hot right now? Yes. Exactly.
Look at this. I'm like, what is going on here? She is screaming. I've been doing meditation. Okay, all right. Let's.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
it.
yes,
I love you guys.
I love
and you know what? I've been I went, I know Jessie knows this. When I'm having my moments in the bathroom and everything, if you catch me in the morning, guys, you got a good deal. You could even get a discount on it. So yeah. So that's how it's been this morning.
You got a good deal.
It's a good deal. It's been a download like you cannot believe. So yeah, that's, just like, I think that's what we need to start doing for ourselves, guys. When you're happy, okay, some people, I myself am not an avid shopper. That's true about me. But I do have my partner, and he loves shopping. He loves strolling around those aisles. He is like, let's go out and do some window shopping, girl. I'm like, okay, we're doing this. So I'm not a shopper by heart, but I love the fact that my partner loves shopping. So it's not only about a female thing, guys. It's also about the males coming in and bringing their beautiful energy into the space that allows the female to feel like, wow, this is heaven. Oh, I am so much enjoying myself right now. You are treating me like the goddess that I am, and I am going to be just here present for you, with you in this experience. And that's what we want to create when we're traveling as well. Whether we're traveling with our spouses, or we're traveling spouses, and whether we're traveling with our friends, our girlfriends, or we're traveling on our own as well. Yeah. Create a practical list of what it is that you'd like to attain in that time, so that you don't come back feeling like, wow, I spent all this money, but I still don't feel any change. I don't feel any growth. I don't feel any experience. I just went away because I was in a very low vibe, and now I'm back, but I still feel this low vibe. Remember, guys, reality in terms of this illusion, this life that we live in, it's not going to change. It's not going to change overnight, but it's about how we start perceiving things. So when you're wanting to take yourself away, when you want that time out, like we are speaking into, that it is about getting to know you as well. So get yourself in also places that will allow you to do that. Perhaps it's a place where you want to, if you love churches, you love an environment where you want to go and experience, the kind of ceremonies that are created in that environment. Go to a place like Italy or Europe, where you can go and experience those amazing churches that are being that have been there for thousands and thousands of years. You know, go to places that feed your soul. Go to places that make you feel like, wow, I am feeling so energized right now that I could take over the world. And so that when you're getting back onto the plane, there's no such thing as FOMO. FOMO needs to be eradicated out of our life. Like, take the thing out. You are not
ring the bell before you go.
Ring it.
Because I'm like,
ring it long, ring it loud. Yeah.
I know. I saw the one the master has. They go dun dun dun. I said, I need one of those.
Yeah.
Right.
We want that one. We do. We need one of those.
Yeah, we need the big one. Right. Toral, what's FOMO?
So you don't want to feel this fear of missing out, or, you know, you don't want to feel like, fear of missing out. And a lot of people, when they're coming back from holidays, they feel like, oh man, you know, I just want to go back. I just want to be there. But you can't create that same kind of environment when you come home, because you have that kind of energy within you, you know, and you don't feel like you're missing out anything. You don't feel like when you're coming back home that, oh, like life is just like, oh, it's dreary, it's back to normal, I'm busy, I'm in my hustle and grind. No, we need to start understanding that we can be this abundance all around, even in our travel experiences, you know, even in our travel experience. And it's all about what you like. What I may be sharing right now may not be the cup of tea that you want to do. Maybe you're the type of person that wants to go out and explore. You're the type of person that wants to do the hiking trails and, you know, stand on the edge of mountain cliffs and look down and look at valleys and go, wow, this is me. I'm here part of this nature, and this nature is feeding me. I mean, people do like to have that experience of nature around them. Like, they want to have, some people love city environments. Some people love to go out and explore all the amazing, architecture, and they want to understand how buildings were made before. They love museums. So some people like to have that like educational side of aspect to things. So it's about what is it that you want to create, to have on your experience. And as having a breakaway with your girlfriends, and having a breakaway with even on your own, that's the thing that you can do for yourself. Because sometimes when you're going with your family, sometimes when you're going with certain other kind of groups, you don't have a choice. You got to go with the flow. You got to be in the flow with whatever is being offered in that package, right? Like, for instance, if you're taking a Kontiki or a Trafalgar or a coach tour, those coach tours have a certain itinerary. And don't get me wrong, I love them. I think it's amazing because you don't have to drive. you don't have to worry about who is going to carry my bags and put it in the bus. You have all that to your avail. And so you just have to be there, present, like how we are here, present. We are here, present, no matter what. Yeah. Every single day, you ladies are here, present, right? Wow. It's the same thing that you do when you're traveling. You got to be present. And that's all you got to do.
Wow, excellent.
And if you have a travel advisor or travel professional, if something comes up, like having a mentor, you connect with your travel professional. That, hey, I'm just wondering if this is something that I need to be concerned about. Sometimes there may be certain, service fees that come out through your trip. Give your travel professional a call. And this is where you see a different aspect of your travel. You see a different environment of your travel needs, because a lot of people love to do the self. I got this. I'm going to go on my trips and I'm going to book everything. I've got it. The internet is to my avail. And that's cool. Look, you have a right to do whatever suits you, okay? Nobody is here to judge you. But let me tell you, when you have a travel professional that's there to support you through your travels, it makes your travel experience that much more beautiful. And if you have an alignment with your travel agent, I have had people all over the world phoning me at like midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning. Hey, Toral, I'm just here. I'm just wondering, we're checking out and there's a little bit of a confusion about blah, blah, blah. But don't worry. It's okay. You leave. I'll sort it out. They don't have to stand there and now sort the thing out. And oh my gosh, you know what? I need to still get my cab. And oh my gosh, I need to get to the airport. Please, can we sort this out now? There's a lot of unnecessary aggravation that you eradicate by having a travel professional as your support system. So, that's the thing that I would like to share with, especially with feminine travelers, female travelers that don't feel comfortable about traveling on their own, okay? Because that's a very big thing. There's many females that love to travel, but they hold themselves back because they're not sure, or they want to do something very different. Perhaps you want to cruise to Alaska. Hey, let's do that. Let's cruise to Alaska, guys. Wow. So you know what? When you're going to cruise to Alaska, what are the things that you need? What are the visa requirements? What are the documentations that's needed? What are the places that you'd like to see? Wow. Make life simple. If you make life simple, you will make your travel experience simple as well. And when you make it simple, then you know that you are able to move through each and every process like with ease. There's no difficulty in that process. There's no difficulty. Understand how much time you need before you're going to travel, that you have to implement. Now, these are practical steps. How much time do you need? If it's a retreat, like Jessie is ready to do a retreat next year in May 2022. It's like preparing from now so that you can start understanding that, you know what, I got these people that are interested in the retreat. And once you start putting those steps in place, right, this is the retreat that I have. This is the person that's going to deal with all the bookings. This is the person that's going to deal with all the catering. This is the person that's going to deal with all the hampers that we're going to give out. This is the person that's going to come in and set up my marketing. This is going to be how I'm going to have this structured so that by December, I know whether this retreat is actually going to happen or not. And then making sure that everything is booked in a tiniest manner so that now there's going to be things that you have to be flexible about. Flexibility is important in every aspect of our life. With travel, it's the same thing. Travel is not for people that are rigid. Let me just say this again. Travel is not for people that are rigid. Stay at home and be comfortable.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Wow.
I never thought of that before. Like
me neither, right? Like that.
I see it. I see it.
Wow. The freedom that's in traveling. It's really more free than I thought. Wow. It takes you to be free.
Yes, you gotta be free and flexible.
Yeah.
And sometimes things are gonna go wrong. That there's unforeseen circumstances. Right now, we are placed in a position where there's so many variables. There's COVID testing, there's PC. You need to be vaccinated or not vaccinated. Do you need a PCR test? Don't you need a PCR test? Is the test available at the airport? How much is it? All these variations. Oh, wow. We have an airline that just went down. I had flights booked for tomorrow. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Those are the things that you got to start, you got to incorporate. Travel is ever changing. So for the travel professionals out there that have been in travel for 20 years plus, they're like, oh, this is just one of those things again. Why? Because travel has always been ever changing. There's never been a supplier or a visa process that's always been consistent for many years. Yeah. It is always something that you got to keep on checking on. What is the updates? How much is the costs always fluctuate? What is the new processes? Do you need now 1 month before? Do you need a week before to get your visa? Can you get an e-visa? All these things, like, they are relevant in the process of travel, right? But I'm not saying this to put you to make you feel like, you know, you won't be able to move through these processes. I'm saying this to make you aware of them, so that you then know that, listen, this is something I want to do. I want to have this. Perhaps you want to, excuse me, perhaps you want to travel twice a year. And those are the things that and now you have an idea of where you want to go. What are the experiences that you want to have? You know, start creating a sort of a mind map of, this is what I would like to do. And this is how much I'd like to spend. And this is what I want to experience. And then that's how you will see that you will find the relevant, information that is needed for that process. You will find the relevant people. Like today, we had a great, amazing, like, magic happen. It's because you put it out there, guys. So you received it in exactly what you need, right? It's the same thing. Exactly the same thing applies to when you as a female want to travel on your own. Create that environment and find those relevant travel buddies that you can align with, that makes you feel like, oh, I love what you do. I love what you bring to my travel experience. And let's do this. Let's travel together. Let's create, this kind of experience once or twice a year. I have many female friends that are single. They're not married. They love traveling at least twice a year, but once a year, definitely, right? They will go on experiences like going to the Northern Lights. They do really out there experiences, because and I notice this more with females, right, than with males. Females are much more daring, let me tell you guys, much more daring than males are. They will go to those places that you wouldn't even consider. I've had like a group of 10 females. They go on their hiking trail. So they will do a whole package that's around them hiking for a whole week. And they got their backpacks. They are serious hikers. So they got their backpacks, they got all the equipment, whatever they need for mosquitoes. Let's just bring that into the conversation. and they have whatever's necessary, plus what they do. Well, this is very interesting. Whilst they're hiking, they don't carry their backpacks, ladies. No. They get somebody to take their bags and their packs and everybody to meet them at the next location. So you hiking and you enjoying, and you don't have these heavy things that you're carrying on your back. Angela is killing it. I love it. Yes. So yeah, that's what you must do. If you need somebody to carry your backpack, you surely can get someone to carry your backpack.
Oh my goodness, Tink. Oh my God. You have brought the world, and I mean, y'all, we have unleashed the travel beast. You see that?
I mean, she's not even giving us a chance to ask questions. She's like, ooh, and I thought I just, ooh, you can do this, and woo!
Wait a minute, what is this zone, man? Hold on, before we ask Tiffany's question, let's reset the portal because the portal was strong.
Reset. We
Yeah.
got her.
Go ahead.
We got her.
Ask Tiffany's question. You're okay, Tink?
I'm good. I'm ready to go for another hour, guys.
Look at her.
Girl.
Go ahead. Let's have a great time. And Tiffany has a question.
Tiffany has a question for you. Tiffany says, how has the travel agent industry shifted in a world where anyone can look up and access everything and anything? She says, my mom loved to use travel agents when she traveled. She loved to use them.
Yeah. I love that question. I love that question. And that question is so apt in terms of what we're speaking about, Tiffany, because why is that? Let me tell, there was a time that the online world did shape the way travel was being dealt with. You know, even travel agents needed to adapt to how to create an environment of being online and giving so that they can build a rapport with people. Okay. And I must say that in this last 18 months, when COVID hit and a lot of people had a lot of travel plans, but a lot was lost with the online world because they weren't able to get refunds. They weren't able to get a hold of the airlines in a timeliest manner. So they lost out on their tickets. People were not able to find the right sources in the online space to be able to recoup something back from their packages. And they found this very, very tiresome. I attest to this because it's very tiresome. Sometimes I am on a call waiting for one person's ticket to be changed for 2.5 hours, guys. 2.5 hours. Wow. That phone is on hold because you are waiting. You're not only the person that's calling at that time. When COVID hit, so many people were calling through. It wasn't just one person, right? So they were waiting, and a lot of people lost their patience, or they were like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get this resolved. And some of them just took a step back and said, oh, well, you know what? I'm not going to get anything back. But those that have dealt with travel agents, they have the right connections. They have the right resources. They are able to help you to figure out what would be the best next move. Instead of losing everything that you've put towards your travel experience, you can maybe you can maybe recover something from it, or otherwise utilize it for something else. And a travel agent can hold your hand through that process. And literally, you know what? The online world, I don't have any grievances with it. Honestly, I don't. Because I love the fact that I can also go on the online world and look at what's there, what's available. And then I can go to my resources and say, hey, I have a client of mine. She's amazing. She travels every year with me, and I want to give her the best deal possible. Can you match this that I found? And that's something that I've done a lot in past experiences. I've had 5-star clients going online and looking up amazing places. Okay, let me give you an example. I had a family, 14 people. They were traveling around, cruising around Thailand, the eastern waters, okay? And so they were doing Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, and that was their cruise. It was 14 days. It was a 14-day cruise. And they said to me, Toral, this time around, I want you to book us with the online platforms. And I said, why? Why do you need that? Okay. Because at that time, my mind was limited, right? So I didn't see the need for them to book it online. So I said, okay, look, I am willing to meet you with what you want, provided, you know, you also hear me out through the process. I'm not going to just jump at whatever you're asking for. I need to review it, look at it, see where it's positioned, whether it is good for you and your family. I know your family for many years. And the one thing that I wouldn't want is for you to have a terrible experience.
Right.
So that's the thing, that you create a connection with your travel professional. You create that, you know, they start getting to know you. And then when they start getting to know you, when you're going on your travel experience, they're like, oh, Angela, you're traveling out on Sunday. Okay, let's meet up for a coffee. And then when you meet them for a coffee, they're like, oh, I have this little pack for you. It's something for the plane. Oh, you have some toiletries inside and some sweets, and perhaps you have a hand sanitizer now that we need hand sanitizers. You have a mask. And this is something for you for just booking your weekend breakaway with me. Or this is something for you. Oh, wow, you got a handbag. A handbag, yes, I'm giving you a handbag because I appreciate you. I appreciate you for seeing me as somebody that can take you through this process of your experience and allow you to have the fun that you want to have, allow you to have the joy that you want to have. That's the experience that you want to create for yourself. So yes, the online space did change up the travel industry a lot. A lot of people found themselves going onto online platforms, booking their holidays or their, look, if you're going on a weekend away, and this is coming from a travel professional guy, if you're going on a weekend away, you know where you're going to, you've experienced the place that you've been to, please feel free to go online and book it. I don't hold any judgment to the people that are having the online spaces. But one thing I would say to you is make sure you read all the fine print. Make sure you understand all the policies behind your bookings, especially if you're booking well in advance and you're seeing a great deal online. Make sure to read the fine print. Make sure to read the terms and conditions of your booking, because we are human beings and things happen in our life that we don't always foresee. And sometimes you may be finding yourself in a position where you need to maybe extend your holiday, or you need to maybe, postpone it, or you maybe need to, cancel it altogether. So just be aware of that, area. And if you can connect with somebody on those online platforms, I'd say do that. Connect with them, email them. If there's a chat box, go into the chat box, speak to them. That's my experience. I do that for my clients that love the online spaces. I go in there, I book everything for them. I make sure that that I'm connected with somebody on that online space, so that if I need to email somebody at the last minute, I know I got somebody to connect with, right? And if I want certain details to be met, perhaps I want a room with a view, perhaps I want to have a linen that's silky on my bed, I go in and I speak to those concierges, to the reservations people, so that they can see firstly that is my booking held in that place, in that hotel, or in that environment. So it's there. The one thing that does happen with online spaces, you can book something, you get there. Sorry, ma'am, we don't have your booking. Why? Because hotels always overbook. Always overbook.
Oh, wow.
So you need to know, because it's a business thing. It's a business thing. You can't fault them for it. They also need to keep their rooms full. They also need to know that they're doing revenue, because they have a lot of cancellations. So if they're overbooking, they're like, don't worry, you know what, somebody's going to cancel. I'm going to be able to pull this person into this room, this person into that room. Do you see what I mean? So from a business aspect, that's how they do it. That's how, especially if it's peak period, you got to be prepared that, you know what, this is something that you need to take into account. So if you're booking something on your own online, call the hotels up or give them an email. If you're not getting any communication from them, it's a red flag. If you're not getting any answers from them about your booking, it's a red flag. And if you're not getting clarity on, you know, correspondence, be aware. So rather give them a call, speak to somebody, a name, get somebody to be on top of things for you, and say to them, can you please communicate with me once you see my booking on your side? Because sometimes you'll be booking it here now and it doesn't always show up on the other end, especially if you're doing international bookings. It's something to be very mindful of. If it's local, yeah. If you are in USA and you're booking in USA, one thing I must say about America, this country does work well with online. I've seen it, I've experienced it. And even in South Africa, when you are in that country and you are booking online in that same country, it definitely works well. But I would still, you know, pick up the phone and give the property a call and say, hey, I'm going to be there in 2 weeks' time. Can you please check my reservation? I'm so excited. You know, when you travel, have a high energy, have a high vibration. People like to deal with people that are happy, that are feeling, wow, this is just a beautiful experience. If you are a disgruntled traveler, you will get kicked off the plane, sir. So please, put on your happy face and travel.
I was so happy with my last traveling experience. I went downstairs the next morning. I think I sent all of you all pictures. The bed was the bomb. I mean, I just loved it. So much so, I'm about to travel again next month, and I picked the same. But I went downstairs. I was like, I love you all. You all are the bomb. And when I get back home, I'm going to put you, when I told them about the feminine flame, as I'm going to put you online. I did when I got back and everything. She was like, oh, that is so beautiful. Let me get you another breakfast bag. Wait, you want some more apples? You're vegetarian, right? She gave me apples, granola bars up the wazoo. And I was like, oh, that is so sweet. She said, go over there and help yourself to some coffee. And I took and went to get some M&Ms because, you know, yes, you know, I can't pass it up. So she was like, on the house, put that in your bag. I was like, because of how I came down there. Yeah. And she was just like, I made her day. But they made mine. They made mine. Yeah. Yeah. So it is a beautiful energy exchange. Yeah.
But because your energy was so vibe and so high, it was like, I'm so enjoying this. Thank you. You guys are so amazing. You will see in hospitality industry, you will get more than you anticipate. You will get more. If you walk up to a reservation desk or the front desk and you say, hey, hi, how are you? I am here for my holiday. And then they give you a room, okay? But you go in there with a great energy, so happy. That reservation clerk will probably want to upgrade you for nothing. If you even say, hey, any chance of an upgrade? Like anything? But I'm cool, you know, I'm just here to have a great time. They will do something for you because they see that you respect their property, that you've been there often, especially if you've been to a property more than once or twice. Mm-hmm. They know you, they're going to say, hey, this is our regular client. We need to do something for them, you know? And so hospitality industry is something where they just want to give people the best experience ever. And that's why I think that's one thing that draw me to travel, is because I seen that, I experienced it. I enjoy the fact that I'm being treated like royalty wherever I'm going, you know? And that for me already is like, you know, feeding my soul. It's feeding me as a person, you know. We all want that in our life, right? We all share this kind of conversation with our family as well. You know, let's treat each other. Let's be civil with one another. So the same thing applies to travel. A lot of people feel like when they're traveling often, they feel like they, you know, they, because they're traveling often, they, what is the word now? It's lost my thought, but they basically feel like they should be given those preferences, you know.
Oh,
they're arrogant and entitled.
They're entitled, yes, they're entitled to have those preferences. And that's the thing that we need to stop doing. You may have all the money in the world, you may be spending it very lavishly, and that's great on you, but at least do your travel experiences humbly, because that way you will see so much more that comes to you besides just, you know, just the travel experience.
Just the item. One time when I was in Bogota, we had a beautiful hotel room and it had a small kitchen with it. And there was a young woman that came in every day to clean our rooms. It was a bunch of teachers. We're all there together, 4 to a room. And I was making breakfast. I was like, have a seat. We had breakfast together. She looked at us like, really? I was like, yeah, sit down. And we made her breakfast and thank you for this beautiful week. And she took care of her so well. And the ripple of joy that went through not her, but the entire staff. Every time someone from our room went out to do something, they was like, how can we help you? This is good. There was like, we just wanted tea one time and 4 people was around us and we got some cookies for you. And here's, yeah, we was just like, praise Allah. Like we did that for you all because we share in this experience. So yes. You're right. Remember your gratitude. Remember why you were blessed with the finance that you were given. All right. It wasn't just for you to take in for yourself, but you to share with the world in so many ways. And gratitude is one of them. Gratitude is one of them. Remember your humility and more will come to you. Yeah. More will come to you as you give. That's why it was given in the first place. It was given for the other one too. Like if you have that experience of not being humble with your finances and maybe lose it, that's a lesson too. It's a lesson to show where you need to level up. But yeah, remember humility. Remember, it's beautiful.
Willow is on fire. Willow is on fire.
Let me tell you something. My soul is so happy today. Like my spirit is like, what is going on today? Because so my first love was hospitality. So when I seriously, and it was.
I see that in you.
So listen, so funny enough, so when I was in high school, I loved hospitality so much that I was doing my classes on hospitality. And I was in a program and everything to go to trips and just to experience and all of that stuff. So when I had my daughter at 23, this is why I'm telling you that I feel the energy of my hair and how everything is just like coming together for me. It's like I feel that energy coming back so strong and more, and today even more, because I'm like, oh my God, you're right. I did say that when I was 23, when I went on that trip by myself. So it's about getting connected to the traveling. And one of the things that happened was like, I put it to the side because I became a mother. Oh man. So, and it's now that I'm peeling layers and, you know, all of it. And that was brought up to me last year when I was in the awakening process and me reading my journals, going through it now. I'm like, dude, okay, oh, that's why. Like, I let that crap go, but and I have like stuff over there because what I did is, and for everybody that journals, I want to give this little nugget there because this one's gonna really up your game when it comes to journaling, making magic for yourself, making magic for others, and all of that stuff. But when you journal something, separate both. If you're journaling something that you're letting go of, put that in a separate journal. Put that in a separate journal. And what I do is I burn mine. I set it and burn it to ashes and it goes. And that is just like that pull that you're just like, ooh, because it represents something that we just like getting rid of. So for me, I like put it into a ball and throw it into a fire. Like last year, I was burning stuff like, and now separating for the book, Spirit said, no, this is garbage. Now we can let go of that. Like, that's done already. Oh, this is for the book. This is that. And so when you separate your feelings, you also don't bring them back, because like the symbol of putting it back together, then you're putting it back together in your life when you close and open the notebook. So as you close and open the notebook, you're bringing that back into your life. So that's why it's so important that when you do let go, that you really let go and you really detach from it, because it comes back. So like, you know how sometimes Facebook and sends us like a notation, oh girl, remember 10 years ago? Like, that's what that is doing. That's what that's doing to us. And it's bringing that awareness back, like boom, whether it's good or whether it's bad. So going back through my journals and all that stuff, I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Now I understand why I went and told my daughter this and all of that stuff, because you're right. Like my kids are my guides and they're here to show me and teach me. And that was one of the things that I put to the side for my children, because that's how I was brought up. You know, like my mother put herself aside, my grandmother put herself aside for our family. So when I found that out, when my ancestors brought me that's how we were taught. And that's, you know, like we were breaking the chains, and, you know, you knew this at 8 years old. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, that's a really young age. If somebody doesn't come and continues the nourishing and you know, continue to tell you, hey, remember, you know, this and that, because that's what happens. You know, we forget our gifts because we don't practice them. Yeah. We don't practice them. We don't practice the spiritual in us, the divine in us. We don't connect to that force and that energy like that. But if we are like connecting to it every single day, now you have a clear channel, a clear communication. And you're right, when I was telling Ange earlier. So yeah, so I went onto this trip by myself, and I told you guys on Sunday, if you didn't watch that video, we went really deep on that day. On Sunday. But yeah, I went into this retreat well, by myself. It was like really detaching from all of it, detaching from men, detaching from what I want and expect and all of that. And last year, what Spirit said, well, you put yourself away for a while for the kids, because you wanted to be at a certain age. You wanted your kids to be at a certain age for you to do this. But I'm here today as an awakened spirit to tell you that you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can do it like Toral is saying. You can put both of your lives together, because when we separate them, we go into like this pain in our heart that hurts so much that we don't want to get like it. It's just so painful, and life becomes that painful, and we go into stress, into the energy of stress, and the energy of stress is a killer. It's a killer because it absorbs all of you. It absorbs your spirit, your physical, your mental. It is like a killer. So when depression wants to sneak into you, you shake that out, because you're not meant to be depressed. You're not meant to be in that state of mind. And yeah, so that happened. And now you're bringing that aspect back, and I'm having so many aha moments, so many like, oh, so that's what's happening to the spirit right now. Okay, I see you, because I recognize you so well. Even when my daughter saw I was laying down yesterday, and I was like this, and she's like, Ma, you look so much like that picture you showed me the other day. Like, that's scary. Like, you look like, so what? You're 23 now? I was like, I don't know. I'm multi-dimensional, babes.
Right.
In this dimension, I am 38. I am 38 in this dimension. But in other ones, I don't know.
Talk about traveling, right? Woo-hoo!
Right. I'm so glad that you brought that up, because that's what I wanted our listeners to know today as well too, is that the fact that we are feminine, you know, we're female, so when the energies aren't balanced, in addition to having the feminine energy in us anyway, we are natural nurturers, meaning we put ourselves on the back burner. And so you need to be aware of that. That's your nature, literally, that's your nature, you know, because we're female in this density. In addition to that, that is the dominant energy, right? So we have to know that it's okay to go on a trip.
Yes.
It is okay. You need it. It's required. Because there was even times where I didn't even want to take a bath because I felt I was betraying my family, guys.
Oh.
It's that deep. It's that deep. So we need balance. We need to be whole. We need to be complete. So regardless if you are a mother, daughter, wife, partner, sister, friend, we have those tendencies of wanting to nurture something else.
Yeah.
And put ourselves on the back. So we're here to tell you today, bring yourself forward, boo, and get balance. You can nurture someone
ancestor speaking, guys. I'm not even.
You can still love yourself, because actually you really do them a disservice when you don't love yourself. Because you can't even be the right nurturer. You can't even be nurturing anybody. You cannot have that compassion, that love, that kindness, or that those leadership skills that you have, because you don't even love yourself, boo. So love yourself. Go on that trip. Call Toral and be like, girl, I want to go to Jamaica and I want to be a queen.
I want to go to Jamaica too.
You know, be like, I saw a Feeling Flame. Y'all first said Stella. So I'm Stella Toral and I want to go to Jamaica. And then she will hook you up. And she will hook you up. And something else Toral said too that was aha for me is that, Toral, you said some things that I didn't know that I didn't know. That's the beauty of having someone else, and it's their expertise. So that's why you need a travel agent, because they know they've had different clients that have experienced different things that you don't even know about. You don't even know that you don't know. So
you know what Spirit said? They know the portals.
Right. So get you a travel agent. Call Toral, because she, like she was saying, and not only just does she have the knowledge of it. Yeah. Girl, T is love. She is straight love. She told y'all that she stayed on the line 2 hours for someone else.
That's love.
Love. She is straight love. She's straight love. So yeah, you need to hook up with her. Quit acting crazy and not loving yourself. Call Toral and go to Jamaica. That's all I gotta say.
I love it.
Jamaica baby.
Oh my goodness, you all. We are at 9:05, but it can go on.
Before we go,
part 4. We're not going yet.
Okay.
We're not going yet.
Okay.
I was about to give you the mic so you can say your last words. What would you
I know you're the timekeeper, so I'm like, oh my God, the timekeeper.
That's not my job.
It's okay. We love you still. Actually, the timekeeper is the best person on the platform, because they keep you in tune. They keep you aligned. They're like, okay, guys, we've had our due. This is our time. So I love it. But before we go, so much to break down with what Jessie and Deanna were saying. One thing that came to my mind is something that I found now that I'm experiencing now is that with travel, a lot of your creativity comes to the surface. I mean, I've been on I seen a call actually with Satguru. He was talking about all the poems. He's now just, launched a book with all the poems that he's written. And those poems were all written while he was traveling, or all written through certain experiences that he had. And he's like, most of my poems, like recent poems, were written on a plane. He's like, I just grabbed a napkin, I grabbed a pen, and I wrote my poems down. And he said one because, when he travels, he either travels business class or whatever, depending on where he's traveling to, he said, I had to ask the stewardess, can I take this pen with me? Because I just want to finish up some of my notes on this napkin. And what he also did is he wrote on one of those cotton napkins, not the paper napkins. So he asked him, can I take the cotton napkin as well? You know, but you know, that poem, he even says that poem was not meant to be released because I actually lost the cotton, the cotton napkin, you know, in transit from the plane to wherever he was, he lost it. But, you know, it's those kind of experiences that you start creating for yourself, even through your travel journeys, that can serve you later, that can be of benefit to you later. If I didn't take my children away, if I was limited, and I can't say I was completely, you know, not free of doubt. I did have some doubt. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this. You
weren't completely surrendered.
You know, but I just went with the flow. And I was like, you know what, this is a calling. Like Jessie says, it's a calling that's coming to her now. Like she's feeling those vibrations again. She's feeling that energy again. And that's why I wanted to share, because it's so apt for what she was sharing. Like, you know, you are going to go through a cycle of life. And whatever it is, this is our karma. It is our karma to go through this cycle of life, right? And karma is not a bad thing. We make it a bad thing because we realize that sometimes we don't want to change. And then it's a bad thing. So understand that your karma is something that you're going to keep having. The cycle is how you start making those changes, that when the cycle comes around again, how do you start putting those steps again in place that's now serving you and not in disservice of you, not in dis-ease. Remember, disease is dis-ease. You know, you want to have, you want to also be a healthy, amazing human being, right? Make the changes that brings you that kind of solitude, that you know that you're creating a different environment for yourself. You're seeing the cycle, you know it's the same cycle, but you like seeing something different that's going on within you. Forget about what's happening outside of you. It's within you that matters. So even traveling, like a lot of people, spiritual people feel like, oh, travel sometimes can be a waste of time. You have to sit in a plane for 15 hours. Yes, dear, you can do a lot on that plane for 15 hours. You can meditate. You can even do yoga through the side aisles. You know, you can even write a book.
Yes.
You can be creative and color. The kids love coloring. They love the experience. Children learn so much more whilst traveling. Their mind is so much more expanded when they travel, because they have to see that they have to be responsible for themselves. When I traveled with my kids the last 4 years, it was just me and my 2 kids. And traveling to America, I mean, my son was like, I think 6 years of age, my youngest one, or 5, I can't even remember. Anyway, so as small as that, I made him carry his bag. I made him be responsible for his items. And if he lost something, it was his responsibility. I was not going to look after him and the second one and myself. And then my eldest was like, I got the tickets, I got this. So they learn through that process. They learn how to be, accommodating. They learn how to level up for themselves at that age. And the one thing I can share with you is that it really gave us a time, at the time when I didn't think it was necessary, but and worked with my intuition and still went for it. It gave us that platform to recoup, to just embrace everything that was going on around us. And being in a different environment, it allowed us to just allow ourselves to be in flow again and not feel this, always feeling like things are on top of us. So that's something that travel does bring in your environment. As much as I do love meditation, I do love yoga, and I think it's very important. I do appreciate it for what it brings to my life. But I think that if you can create an environment that allows you to travel, and guys, the new concept is travel and make money while you're traveling. Yeah. Do that. We can dive into that conversation again sometime soon, whenever you guys.
That's the next one. That's the next one.
Digital nomad. Yes.
Yes. Exactly. I mean, we must. Sorry, I'm just putting my charger here because my computer is going. But that would be, I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine being able to experience this world wherever you want to travel to? If you want to go to Sri Lanka, you want to go to Bali, you want to do Alaska, you have no issues about financial well-being because you know that the money is still flowing into your account. So yes, girl, let's do this. That's me for today.
Yes, we're doing this conversation next week. And let me ring that bell because I wanted to ring in the middle of it.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
It was
you will see why I had to stop a little bit ways back because I wanted to give the next half hour to Tink for her last words. That's all. I was just here. I was like, let me just stop here to give a little extra time because
it takes half an hour.
That was awesome. Yeah. That was awesome. Your shares today. The Spirit told me when it started, whispered in my ear and said, "Let her go." So that's why I was like, the only reason why I had to like bring a break in the first time is because Tiffany asked a question. Then I was like, all right, now it's the time to break. All right. But you, wow, on fire. I love your spirit when it comes to travel.
Yeah.
I love what you teach others, about it. You taught me so much today. Wow. Especially when you came to karma, that hit. Yeah. Wow, I needed that. I was actually trying to work that out. I was working that out yesterday and couldn't put a name to it. You just named it for me. Thank you. That was so for me. And anyone else who's out there going through the same thing, yes. So many nuggets, so many divine wisdoms that you gave today. And I thank you so much for them. Girl.
Next Tuesday.
Yes.
I just say Tink Tuesday. That's all I got to say.
That's it. Tink is Tuesday. Tink is Tuesday. Yeah, it's a Tink Tuesday. Wednesday. Maybe I want her back sooner. Oh,
we have Tinku's Tuesday on Tinku's page. So.
Yes, we do. Yeah. Tinku's Tuesday. Yes. Before I go any further, Jessie, Deanna, last words. Oh, she pointed to you. Actually,
she pointed to me. Oh, she's
getting card. And then we're gonna have a car, and then we're gonna have a car.
Yes. One thing that I want to talk about as far as something you sparked, Tink, when you said something about your children. Because what I heard when you said that is that when you travel, it makes life practical, meaning they can see it and they're doing it. They're seeing the colors. There's not just coloring with a crayon. They're seeing it in the trees, in the water, in the people. They're able to be responsible, like you were saying. It's not just mom says, go pick at your socks. Mm-hmm. At home, and then they're somewhere else, and even literally moving and separating from the energy of home. You know what I mean? Because home can be stressful because, mom's got to work and dad's doing this and the stress in the house and I got to clean my room, I got to go to school. But when you're traveling, that energy is gone, so they can relax and be that sponge and be like, okay, I do want to pick up my socks, So that was deep. So that's what I want to leave with everyone is, we did say that it's awesome sauce for you to travel by yourself, Queen, but make sure sometimes you do bring other people with you so they can enjoy that experience as well too, because it's needed for each soul that's here on our planet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. Oh my goodness, beautiful.
They still, Deanna, they still don't like picking up their socks at home though.
Tell them Auntie Deanna. We'll get them if they
don't pick up the socks.
I'm gonna have to talk to the boys when I see them. Yeah.
Got 3 mothers on them. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We're in trouble.
My little one, he keeps his socks on the side of the bed. And he piles it up for the entire week. That's why I'm laughing at Deanna. I was like, you know, at her share, because, you know, when you're traveling, they do definitely do that. You know, they will be very responsible about their items because they know that we're moving all the time, or be in somebody else's space that they have to be responsible. They can't just keep their clutter everywhere, right? So they like, now when we are at home, and this is the longest we've been like at one place for, you know, at a time. We haven't traveled for 2 years since COVID, and since we've traveled, we haven't even traveled like in America. Like we haven't been out because we've really grounded ourselves at the moment. I think the universe is like, stay grounded, guys. So, and I see that, you know, I love the fact that I can share these conversations even with my children because they really learn a lot. And even we at home, they have their chores to do, but they have their days where they leave things lying around and we're like, okay, what's going on? Yeah. And so, yeah, you know, I agree with Deanna. It's when you're at home, you become comfortable. You become like, this is my space. I can do what I need to do. So travel does take you out of your comfort zone, and it does allow you to be a better version of yourself, for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. And Tink, I just got, when you said that the boys leave their stuff, hold them accountable.
Oh,
I mean, like what you said. I mean, yes. not talking it to them when they don't have socks. Say, well, you kept them there, so that's the reaction. That's you know, you did this, and this is what happened. So don't be looking at mama to find your socks, because I know where my socks are.
Yeah, right.
Let's find your socks, and then we can talk.
Let me just tell you this. That's so funny that you said that, because he was doing this for a little while, and you know, when you go on that routine, pick up your socks, clean up this, you find like you like a stuck record, right? And then you're like, okay, no, what are you doing for yourself here, guy? No, stop that. I always tell myself, stop that. And so the one time I allowed him to do that, I said, just don't look at it. You've told him 3 times now. Okay, it's now up to him. So what he did, he held all his socks there. They're all dirty. They're not clean. Okay. All the socks there. 3 days later, he's like, I need some socks. Where are my socks? I was like, your socks are lying there on the side of the bed. Have you seen them? It's like, I can't find my socks. I said, well, if you're not responsible for your socks, then your socks are not going to find you either.
I love that face. You know, lesson with everything. That's what happened. Yes. And that was beautiful, because I said, you allowed him to teach himself. Yeah. And us as nurturers, we have to realize we cannot do it for them. Allow them to experience it, you know. Yeah. Allow them to fall on the bike. Allow them, because they're like, okay, so I won't, I'm not gonna pump the tires like that again, never again, you know, because that's how we learn, right? We take those learning experiences from them, not even the little people, but big people. Because we're trying to protect them, or I told you this, will you change the light bulb? You know, and it's like, well, why is it dark? Well, you didn't change the light bulb, so now it's dark.
One time I let the you know how the battery goes out, and I'm always asking, now come on, 6'3", everybody, right? Somebody can change it instead of your 5'7" mother getting on a, you know what I'm saying? So one day I just let it beep. Now you know how irritating that is, right? I just like put my headphones in, listen to some music, and just let it beep. until, oh my goodness, here comes 6'3" coming out. What? You wanted to stop? I'm fine. You ain't good? Change it. And he did. He was like, where's this? I'm not gonna say his name. If I say his name, he gonna get me anyway. Where's the battery? Because it's just like, I'm like, oh, you heard that?
I love it.
And he went to find it. And he changed it. I got it. And he put it up. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Oh my goodness. I was wondering what was wrong with that. Yeah. Let it. Yeah. Get their attention. Let them see for themselves.
And the best part is that you're having fun, right? While you're doing stuff.
So much fun. Well, that was better than screaming, yelling, hollering. How many times have I told you?
Yeah, I had to get over that too, because I wasn't having fun because I wanted to control the situation.
Yeah.
I'm like, go get it now, because we need it now, because that was, on my to-do.
Oh my goodness.
The light bulb, the socks,
Yeah.
So it was learning not only for them, but for me. It helped me to not be so overbearing or controlling or afraid too, because I was even afraid sometimes when I didn't want my daughter to fall down. Oh, she's going to die, that was me. I mean, I was a single, I didn't have any siblings. I didn't grow up around little people or anything like that, so it was a new experience. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gonna fall down the steps and break her neck. That was me. so it was a beautiful learning for both of us. So
awesome.
That would be a lovely conversation to have as well. Another topic of conversation, maybe like on a Saturday when you guys have your dance party, to speak into that kind of practical things that you do in your home that allows you all to see, how you can make a change, how you can make it better. Small things like this, that really get us going, So I think it would be a lovely conversation to have.
Well, hey, we might do it Saturday. Watch
out.
Watch out. It's funny that you guys are like literally channeling the card that I pulled. Like I pulled the card a long time ago.
That's here.
So, yeah, you know how divine we are. Like seriously.
That's how we roll.
Like so it's not only so I didn't pull it, it jumped. It jumped out. I was like, all right, boo. So if you want me to pull another one, I will, but it's
no, that's the card.
No, that's the card.
So it says open communication.
No,
and this is the angel of dual, like the angel that combines our energy, the female and the male energy. Wow. And I kid you not, we cannot make this stuff up even if we try to. So get a weight off your chest, speak up with love, and be heard. Wow. Man, so deep. So I connect. I said, oh, okay. So the one thing that the angel wanted to say, it's like it came through super subtle and super that way, was the same thing that you said, Toral. To have an open communication about what we do with our children, that it's helping whatever we do with our children, that it's not working out, because we're on an open platform to the world, to the dimensions in the universe, so that we can help in ancient time. Because as you can see, we have Willow, we have a gatekeeper, we have the fairies, we have all of the spiritual beings that are working from the light to help you transcend and to help to come into this world. You come into this world at this beautiful light, and that's something that Aaliyah is teaching you as we speak. Something that she brings into your guidance.
Wow.
Because of who she is. She is who she is, and she chosen to be your daughter. Mia also chosen to be your daughter. And that's how beautiful that has become, that connection of three. That connection that you chosen a year ago to let us take over, so that you can do what humans do.
and we taking over, and your ancestors are here, and all of our ancestors are here to guide us. And if you ever need help, just tap into the energies of your ancestors, because they're here to guide you and give you an open communication to the language of the universe. I love you guys. Continue to be who you are, and continue to be that strength, that power, that beautifulness that comes straight through from the love, from that tree that you always connect every single day, not just when you speak to Angela, but on your normal day that you walk.
Wow.
I love you so much, so much.
Wow.
Me too.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That is wonderful. Beautiful. That was lovely.
Very.
That touched the heart right there. Thank you, Jessie. You're awesome.
Thank you.
For you now. Wow.
Hold on, I have some activation codes. Hold on, give me a
Like that. Awesome. Wow, everyone. This show has been, each show takes my breath away. Each one should say, it doesn't take my breath away. It just wows me. Everyone. Because you just can't guess up on it. You can't guess up on it. You know, it takes place as it's supposed to take place. It is by divine design. And wow, everyone, we're so blessed. Everyone, all of us are so blessed. And I pray that everyone has received the messages that was given today of wisdom and insight. Last night I was binge watching. I just want to let you all know I was binge watching on all the shows and receiving those messages over again, different ones. I was just going through them. I do that. It's like reading a great book, you know, and you know how you have your favorite books, you read them over again just to get those insights. Yeah, I'll do that. So go on replay, guys. Even if you've seen it already, replay it again and again. Go to the ones that'll help you. That's what they're there for. It's conscious content for everyone, even us. How do you think we get to show up for you all and still have your back? Yeah, that's how, because we do the work. We get in and we do the work. And wow, this was amazing. This was amazing, you all. Every show is. Did everyone get their last words? Yeah, that was mine. Remember, everyone, set great intentions for yourselves. Don't stop. Believe in who you are. Remember, we're traveling all the time. This journey you're on is your personal journey. It's the greatest travel experience in the world. And don't give it up for anything. Go places, do things, learn, feel your heart, and become who you are. We're traveling all the time. And we're having journeys within journeys within journeys. And we're having an awesome time becoming our unique selves. I love you all dearly. We love you all. We hope everyone continue to have a blessed day full of love and light. Remember, show up for your life. Play full out, man. And keep that smile on your face and make another person smile in return. See you all tomorrow. Love you dearly. Peace.